Hey, beautiful. Welcome to the Not Another Mom podcast. It's time to take that mom hat off because this is after hours and I'm making you off the clock. This podcast is here to help you know your worth because damn girl, you're a goddess who deserves to live the life of your dreams. I'm your host, Leslie Sprague, and we talk everything from manifesting to motherhood. Yes, those little monkeys will still creep in here or there. Spirituality to girl talk with your besties, and from business to finding that balance in life. I'm here to remind you that you are worth it. Life gets to be easy for you, and your dreams really can come true. So grab your favorite glass of wine, craft beer, or if you're a whiskey and diet kind of girl, grab that and let's get this show on the road. Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Not Just Another Mom podcast. I am your host, Leslie, and I am so grateful that you are here with me this week. Okay, so I have been chatting with so many of you lately about my 5D business psychic readings and kind of what it is that I do. Sometimes it can be very tricky to explain to you or explain in words what it is I do. And I find that the best way to convey that is to actually do a session live. I might keep it a little bit more on the mini side, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my ideal client. So at this exact moment, this is a person that I have created. This is the person who I want to work with. So this is who I am going to use. And I'm going to show you that it's very easy to tap into these energetic frequencies this way because I know details about my ideal client, but you don't particularly need to know the person, for example, because everything has their own unique frequency. So I wouldn't be drawn to this person if she didn't already exist, if you get what I'm saying. So she has her own vibration. I call my girl Amber, and we're going to tap in. So what I usually do to start the session is I will send out a questionnaire and just asking some information about you and your services, just so that I can know, or products. If it's product-based, then it's products. So like, what kind of services do you offer? So for me, I would be listing like the 5D business psychic readings, energetic alignments, one-on-one coaching, moon vibes, and things like that. So each of those categories would be a quote unquote store. So I want you to imagine that when you come to a session with me, it's like we're going to the mall that is you and your business. And each of your products is a store, or each of your services, I guess, is a store within your mall. So then we go into the mall. We kind of get a feel for, okay, so if there are people hanging out with you, but they're not buying from you, what are they doing? Or maybe there's not people hanging out with you. What's going on there? What blocks can we clear up in that sort of setting? Then we go into a store and we explore that store and explain what it feels like for you, or what it feels like for me from an energetic standpoint. I've had it come up very many different ways. For one of my clients, it kind of felt like we were going to Disneyland. And that's the way I viewed us coming in. It was this giant theme park, and there were many different sections within it. And then with another client, it felt like we were in a small log cabin. But then once we were going into her stores, so that was kind of the feel in like, I don't know if atrium is the proper word, but that's what I use, sort of like that common area where people gather and hang out, and that's where they begin to know, like, and trust factor. So this one was in a log cabin type feel, and there was a nice fire going, and it was very, very cozy. But then as we began to explore her stores, it began to shift into almost like a 3D geometrical shape. And it became really cool. I could see the connections in between each person or each offering that she had, and how they all very much tie together and connect together. So another one I literally felt like it was a vacant store. She had listed this product, or I think it was a service actually, of hers. And when I went into it, I didn't even know that it was open for business. It kind of felt like there was dust everywhere and things needed to be shaken off in order to make that sort of alive again. One of the things that I really reiterate with my sessions and to my clients is that I am not the be all end all answers for your business. Because one of the things that I very much strive towards establishing with my clients is getting them to connect to their own intuition. Just because I do not see something in this exact moment does not mean that it cannot exist. You are the only creator in your reality. So you get to decide what comes and what goes. And very much like our DNA, the cells that make us up, they change daily, and they change to, like, you've heard of people, I don't know why this popped into my head, but I heard of a ballerina that had I think it was a heart transplant actually. And the heart transplant was of a patient, and I forget the ages, or like the details don't really matter. But the person who she got the heart from loved chicken nuggets. And the amazing part is, being a ballerina, you do not eat chicken nuggets, I would imagine. I'm not a ballerina. But you would imagine that you would eat a very healthy diet to stay in top physical form. And this ballerina suddenly, after her heart transplant, became I don't want to say addicted, but like started craving chicken nuggets. And the story even goes a little bit further, that when the person passed away, they even had chicken nuggets in their pocket. So take it as you will, but I think that is the power of cells and the ability to tap into things that you might not have known existed before. So I could ramble on with you guys about this like 4 hours, but let's dive into the nitty-gritty. Let's get into the session. So the first thing I do when we are on a call together is I get us both grounded and centered. So I take us through a little practice of breath work and just help you to get grounded and centered. This grounding and centering is as much for you as it is for me. It's probably I'm grounding myself first. And if you want to go along with the grounding exercise, then it's a benefit for you as well. So then once I am grounded, most of the session is done with my eyes closed because I can see better and in more detail with my eyes closed when I am doing these sorts of things. So, quite often, I will invite you to bring a journal and a pen with you to this session. And you get to jot down any notes because I find when I'm working with my clients, as I'm speaking, a lot of things resonate with my clients. And then they have ideas that spark them into action. Oh, okay, she feels that, but like, I wonder if I did this, and they start getting all these crazy, insane amount of ideas, building from what I'm explaining and feeling to them. So then what I do is I take a few moments and I get into the quote unquote workshop in my mind, in my mind's eye. So this is where I go to really tap into the connection of you. And then it gets to be like really fun. When I'm in my workshop, I go into an elevator, and I've had this elevator take me to the mall that is your business and you. And in some cases, it's kind of like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You know how it kind of flies all over the place. But in other cases, I had it almost like a kiddie little roller coaster, like it dropped down and then there was a couple little bumps and we were over. So it really is quite interesting on how it shows up. So that being said, let's dive in. So I've already done the grounding and the centering. I'm just going to take a couple seconds. So there might be a little bit of dead air here for a second while I get into my headspace. But then I will start talking again. So don't go nowhere. Okay, so I am in my workshop and now I am in the elevator and I am hitting the button for my ideal client, Amber's Mall. And one of the things I want to say to the people listening on this end is that chances are, if you are here listening to this podcast, some of the things that I am saying probably also apply to you. So take it as you will. And that's one of the things that I always reiterate with my clients too, is you don't have to take everything I say, because that's about building your internal intuition. You have to decide what's right for you, and then you leave the rest. Okay. So this is very linear. Like there's very much straight lines on the elevator journey and 90-degree turns. Okay. Walking up to this mall, it feels very industrial, actually. It looks as if it is a regular mall. And in that senses, I'm feeling that it's a little bit cold. There's no like personal connection. There's no personality to it. Like it feels just as if every other mall. And I feel like that's what's missing. That's why people are skimming past her business because it doesn't stand out. She doesn't add in those bits of personality that are hers and that she makes her own. So as I go up to the door to enter into this mall, it kind of feels like an old rusted like metal gate. And it's actually a little bit tricky to unlock and even push open. So I'm getting the sense that like her clients don't know that her mall is open for business because there's no personality, there's no connection. They're just going straight on by. And as I step into the inside, there's actually even a little bit of weeds. And now that I am inside, I'm feeling very much of this sense that she's built this wall up around her because of like, it's like a fear of judgment. So she built this wall around her mall so that she's afraid of the judgment of what people would say when they are going in and working with her. So it's in a sense, it's a form of protection is what she was doing, whether it's consciously or unconsciously. She has this wall of protection and she's beginning to doubt herself because she isn't connecting with those clients and the clients are beginning to flow in. So it almost feels like in the atrium area, like an overgrown sort of, no, it definitely feels definitely more outdoorsy. And there's a movie, but I can't think of it, like where maybe it's Beauty and the Beast. I'm not sure, but it feels like there's like grass and stuff growing all over everything. And I was debating between whether it feels like indoors with like dust covering all the furniture, but it's definitely more outdoorsy. Yeah, it definitely feels that connection to earth. There's a fountain in the middle that's like grown over and dusted, and it's got leaves and twigs all in it, and it's completely covered over in grasses and weeds. And so there's a lot of like that self-doubt happening here because she hasn't been taking care of the weeds that are in this garden. And she's built these walls up around her so people don't even know that her business exists. So we're going to go further on into the first door that I come to. And the first door of the first store. And it's actually completely different. It has a very much like luscious gold vibe. Like I feel like this is a golden nugget for her clients, but they can't get there. It's almost like they have to trudge through the wild forest in order to find this diamond in the rough. And this program is pure gold. or service. I can't tell exactly which. I think there might be aspects of both, like a program and like coaching as well. But she has everything in here, but there's no clients. And if the clients were able to get to this store, this service that she has, they would be transformed. Like, I'm kind of also visualizing when this store opens, or like if clients were to come in and discover it, it's very easily going to be a part of word of mouth for her. And she's going to have a steady flow of clients coming in and out. And then once that happens, I can see it transforming into many different stores. Like, her mall begins to expand. She's got everything ready and everything done and sorted out. What she's been missing is the feminine energy piece of her business, because she's got the masculine tasks ticked off and everything is complete. She's just waiting. And because she is waiting, she begins to focus on the lack that is her lack of clients, instead of tapping into her feminine energy. Okay, I'm gonna end that session here. And so that is kind of like what a 5D business psychic reading is like if we were one-on-one together for that call. That would be I would see different things than what I saw in that session. But because it has your own unique energetic blueprint attached to it, one of the things that we don't do in a 5D business psychic reading, it's a mouthful to say that, so I might just shorten it to a 5D session right now. But what we don't do in those sessions is I point out what I'm feeling and what I'm seeing and notice the blocks. And then it's up to you to take that knowledge and go with it from yourself. But that being said, if you are looking for help with breaking down those barriers, this is what my one-on-one coaching does. We do things like this all the time. We also do energetic alignments, which don't just focus on the business. Yes, the business is affected as well and will come up in energetic alignment sessions, but it creates this energetic alignments are also working in the personal realm of your life too. So creating that sort of overall energetic alignment, I guess. So imagine what these types of sessions can do for your business. What is it like if you were to I'm drawing a blank right now. What would it be like if you had these kinds of sessions regularly? How much could your business transform when you get rid of the blocks and barriers that are coming up in your 5D sessions and your energetic alignment sessions? You create space to quantum leap through your business. Things get to happen faster. Your results happen quicker because you don't have to jump through hoops. The golden path is paved in front of you. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that. I feel like that was like one of those mic drop moments. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys want to chat more about any of the energy sessions that I offer or one-on-one coaching, if you're ready to level the fuck up, then let's do this damn thing and let's get started. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we will chat with you guys next week. Have an amazing week. Thank you so much for listening. If you loved this episode, will you do me a favor and help spread the love? Go ahead and leave a 5-star review and share this episode on your Insta stories. If we aren't yet connected on Instagram, come follow me at Leslie & Co XO. And since everybody spells my name wrong, that's Lesley & Co XO. And leave me a line and say hi. Have an amazing day, beautiful, and we'll catch you next week.